Hello, how are you? Let's start with the explanation of chapter 1. The book is An Introduction to Literary Studies by Maria Clara. Literature. This is the very beginning. What is it? Okay, well, first of all, we have to say that it is part of cultural and historical phenomena. Okay? And, well, you can find a lot of definitions in chapter 1, but I think that they are not so clear, so I found this one in Encyclopedia Britannica, and let's take a look at it. It says, literature, a body of written works. The name has traditionally been applied to those imaginative works of poetry and prose distinguished by the intentions of their authors and the perceived aesthetic excellence of their execution. Literature may be classified according to a variety of systems, including language, national origin, historical period, genre, and subject matter. Well, there are a lot of components here that are taken into account when we try to classify a work into, as part of literary expression or not. Okay, the first word, interesting word we have here is imaginative. Be careful with that word because it doesn't have to do with being. The content of literary works must be imaginary. Okay, it is different. It is not the same imaginative as imaginary. Imaginative has to do with the way in which works are written and not about the contents. It can be a real story, but written in an imaginative way. Okay, so be careful with that word. Then another interesting word is aesthetic. I don't know if you know that term, this one, aesthetic. Aesthetics has to do with beauty. Okay, it is that component of creative use of language that is present in literature. Okay, that the author or the writer not only wants to say something, but also wants to say it in a beautiful way. Okay, so that is an important term when we talk about literature. Then, the rest is related to the way in which we classify the way in which we study literature, the different aspects we take into account when we study literature. Okay, we can concentrate on genre, or we can concentrate on historical period, or the place where it occurs. Okay, or the language it is used in the different movements or the different expressions or genres also. I think it's enough. If it is not clear, please ask. Okay, underlying literary production, we can find the human wish to leave behind a trace of oneself through creative expression. This is very important too because literature is an art, and as every art, it is creative expression. Okay, um, I mean, writers or literary writers don't want to say to inform something. Okay, they want to make use of language in a creative way. They want to entertain, maybe, or maybe they want to leave a message, a political one or a philosophical one, but they do that in a creative way. Okay, paying attention to the way in which they write, the language they use. Okay. Well, predecessor of literary expression. Before writing, you know, people already used, let's say, or produced literature orally. Okay, they already told tales and stories. Sorry, and stories and poems, songs. Okay, so the oral tradition is the beginning of literature. Here it is, and well, it is the beginning. Then in the Middle Ages, we can find writing plus visuals. They started to write stories and epics and romances, and well, you are going to see later. But visuals were really important. Okay, they added pictures and a lot of images together with the writing. Then writing became more and more stylized as an abstract medium. When they found that they could say a lot of things through language without using any images, sorry, um, authors started to get rid of images because they wanted to start expressing the ideas um, by using words, and that is the art itself. Okay, when you can describe a situation or an image through words, that is literature. Okay, so we can say that it is only in drama that the union of the spoken word and visual expression survives in a traditional literary genre. I don't know why we have those uh, lines there. I don't know what they are. They are not bars. I don't know. Well, the thing is that well, this is real. Okay, in drama we can find both um, expressions. We have visuals because we are watching people acting, and we have the word, the written word that is well, that becomes oral word on stage, but it is the only genre that continues having this union between the word and the image or visual expression. Of course, we are not saying with this that there are no, I mean, that all the novels or short stories or pieces of literature that have images nowadays are not considered to be literature. We are talking generally. There are a lot of novels or stories that have images, pictures, images, whatever visual expression you can think of. But generally speaking, if you take 10 novels, for example, maybe you won't find any images in those 10 ones, or maybe just in one of them. Okay? So, generally speaking, literature nowadays doesn't rely on visual expressions uh, when we talk about novels or when we talk about poetry or prose fiction. Okay, well, the time is finishing, so I have to cut the video and divide it. So please wait.